Welcome to my world. Whether you're watching this because I sent it to you, or you're watching this because somebody sent it to you, which would be great, I want you to settle back with a cup of tea, maybe a wee biscuit, and I just hope the next 10 minutes will be really, really beneficial for you. I'd like to start off by answering the question, why should I listen to you? My name's Jane Quinn. I set up a company called miworld about 6 years ago, and I set it up to help people who venture into business to build better businesses, but more importantly, to build better lives for themselves. Before that, I worked in a financial organisation. I worked there as a senior manager, and one of the tasks, the projects that I worked on, was taking a team of 12 people up to a team of 300 people, which obviously has lots and lots of challenges and excitement in that journey. We did it because we launched a new product on a new system, and we also centralised administration in Edinburgh as well. The product, when it launched, was a phenomenal success. We had an increase of a 1,000% increase in new business, which was brilliant. And what happens when things go really well? We did so well that we got sold. So another project I was involved in was transferring the administration out of Edinburgh, some to Glasgow and some to India, so that we could actually close the office. Before that, how I started working wasn't quite as exciting. I made tea and toast in the wee hotel down the road on a Saturday and Sunday morning. So I learned to get up early. I was 16. I also went out on a Friday night and a Saturday night to the disco. So a great discovery for me at that time was late nights and early mornings. Not a great combination. But let's pull it back to my world and why I'm here today. Some of my clients say that I've got a real good knack of taking something that seems to be quite a big challenge and breaking it down into simple steps, and they go away knowing exactly what to do and making the whole thing easy, which means that they can get results faster. Okay? So what I would like to do today is just share a wee four-stage model with you, and I hope that it will make life simpler for you as well. So how do we demonstrate a four-stage model? We'll put it into 4 boxes. And we start with something that's really easy. So we start with an A. Right, what does A stand for? Question for you. What are you aiming for in life? What do you want? Simple as that. What do you want? And it might be what do you want in life, and you can do something quite high level, but it might be what do you want today, and do something quite close to you. Give you an example. My son loves cars. He's got a Lamborghini model. He wants a real one. What does he want? He wants a Lamborghini. A wee measurement of whether you're successful in what you do or not is if you give yourself a time limit and give yourself a measurement. Measurement can either be in terms of time or money. Okay. So when does he want it by? He's hoping to get one by the time he's 21. It's a tough goal. It's up to him. He knows when he wakens up his 21st birthday, if it's outside, then he's done it. If it's not, then he hasn't. It might be later. But he's got something that's clear in his head and he knows exactly where it's going. But the thing that underpins all that and gives you a real driver to give you a passion to get out of bed on a Monday morning, to really get going on something, isn't what you're going to do and when you're going to do it by, it's why you want it. And it's the why that you really need to focus on. Because if you make something really, really important to you, then you will make stuff happen. Because you'll have a desire and a passion that will really drive you forward and really get you where you want to be. Okay? So that's A. Now I want to look at B. And B is for bridge. Okay? Now that we know what we want, we've got clarity on where we want to go, I want you to pull it back and look and see where you are right now. I don't want you to spend too much time in here, because it's just a measurement of where we are right now. Some people think, oh, I shouldn't be there, I should have done something else, I wish I had this, I wish I had that. I don't want any of that. I just want you to think, I am here, it is now, and this is the way it is. And this is your starting point, because this is really just to give you a starting point. With the kind of vision in your head of building a bridge, if you know where you want to go, you know where your starting point is, you can build something that can get you there. Okay? And celebrate where you are now, because whether it's where you want to be, or maybe it's not quite where you want to be, it is how it is. So let's just celebrate what you've done in life and where you've come to for today. Okay? Move on to C. This is opening your thinking up really. What I want you to think about is what you could do. What you could do. And just think about lots of options and lots of choices, because there's lots of different ways to do things. But C is looking at what you can do as opposed to what you can't do. And what I don't want you to do is think about, well, I've not got the time or I would do this, I've not got the money or I would do that, I've got people that might help, they might not, so I don't really think I'm going to get very far with this. Okay, just look at options and move on. Okay? Then, what we finish up with is a D. And D is about what you're going to do, what you actually will do at the end of the day. This can be quite overwhelming. You might think, oh, I've got this, I've got that, I've got something, I've got loads to do, and you feel quite overwhelmed. This is about finding a starting point. So, in the actual doing of something, I don't want you to think of lots and lots of things that you have to do. I want you to think of one thing that you have to do. Yeah? So the question for you right now is, if I had one thing to do to start me on my journey to get here, what is that one thing? What is that one thing? Okay. So, simple model, easy to follow. A for aims, B for bridge, C for can do, D for will do. What will I do? I want to just have a look at this line for a wee while. And I want to take you back to school. When you were in maths or arithmetic, you were doing your tables, and the teacher would turn around to somebody and say, what's 6 times 7? Right? Whether you knew what 6 times 7 was or you didn't, what would happen normally is you have this wee panic going on in your stomach. When you start mentally trying to work out what 6 times 7 is, you kind of get to 42. And then you have a wee doubt. Is it 42? Is it not 42? Okay, if I say 42 and it's right, I'm going to feel great. If I say 42 and it's wrong, oh, it's stupid. I need to get into this safe space. And once I say 42 and it's okay, it's like, whew, yeah? Big relax, big fine, everything's okay. So we're kind of uncomfortable in that kind of space and not knowing. This is a different situation. This isn't what I want, what can I do? This is a place where you've got lots of options. So I want you to start feeling comfortable in this space. I want you to feel okay imagining what could happen, discovering different things, exploring all your options, and be okay down here, right? But don't be down here forever, because if we don't do anything, we won't get results. And as we all know, you need action to get results. And this is a way to drive you to action. But just feel quite comfortable down here for a wee while while you can. Talking about thinking. A wee story for you. A man sat on a park bench one Sunday afternoon and watched his kids playing on the swings. And he did some thinking. He thought, wouldn't it be great if there was a place that the family could go to have fun? That the family could enjoy themselves, rather than the parents sitting on the benches and the kids having fun. That man, as you may know, was Walt Disney. And Walt Disney built a theme park in California. People went as families, people had fun. People started leaving early. Walt Disney wondered what was happening. So he did some research, and he asked some people, because that's the way to do some research, he asked some people that were there why they were leaving early. And they said they were on the monorail, and they were viewing the park, they've had a great day, they've really, really enjoyed themselves. But they could see the highway, and they could see the highway was getting really busy. So what they were doing was, it's going to take us a wee while to get home, highway's getting busy, we need to leave. So you know what Walt Disney did? You do know what Walt Disney did. He bought 47 square miles of land in a place called Orlando, Florida. And he built a theme park. And he didn't build a place where people could go for a whole day. He built a place where people could go for a holiday. Where you could stay there and have fun. And and your travel was there. So you didn't have to worry about getting home. Okay? Now that all came from a thought. Two things on that. Wouldn't the world be such a different place if it wasn't for that great man Walt Disney? And the other thing is, how many other people sat on a park bench on a Sunday afternoon and had thoughts but didn't actually do anything about it? And a lot of the time we don't do what we think we're going to do. There was a study done 50 people over the age of 90 were asked one question, and the question was this: if you had your life to live over again, what would you do differently? You know what the top 3 answers were? Top 3 were: I would risk more, I would reflect more, and I would do more to leave a legacy. I think we should laugh more as well. That's 4. Okay? So, risk more, reflect more, and do more to leave a legacy. And the sad thing as well was, they said when they were thinking back over their lives, they always spent a lot of time regretting what they didn't do, rather than celebrating what they did do. So, when you're 90 years old, sitting on your rocking chair with your blanket over your knee watching the sunset go down, what will you be thinking about when you're thinking back over your life? Will you be thinking about the things that you did? Or will you be thinking about the things that you thought about but you never quite got round to? And you can start that today with just one thing. So just one thing. So what is that one thing that you're going to do today? So that when you're 90 years old, in your rocking chair with your blanket over your knee watching the sunset go down, you can look back on this 10 minutes of your life and think, wow, today was the day that turned my world around. Thank you very much for listening, and I really hope that you got something from that. Okay, my name is Jane Quinn, my company is called miworld.